The GEEK Files, 2026, August 3rd. So back to Creo and going down to the Donnelly plants in Crawfordsville, Indiana. So there were two plants. The new plant, which we got into just for a visit, bright, airy concrete, nice place. The old plant, where the computer to plate CTP, Creo CTP machines were, was this old wooden structure, and the floor was made up of 4x4s cut so that they stood up on end and then tarred. So this place was full of fine paper dust, tarred wooden floor. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if there must have been concrete underneath the wood. I mean, for vibration, I don't know. But I kept thinking that, oh my God, if there's a spark in this place, it is going up in flames. Now, CTP, computer to plate, was a disruptive technology. The old way of making a printing plate was people would do a hand layup of what they wanted, then take a big photograph of this thing. So it's a huge sheet. Like, you know, if you're running a 4x8 printing plate, then it's a 4x8 piece of negative. They put it on a light table, then go over it with a brush and paint and make sure there are no pinholes in it. And that was for one color. So if you're doing like 5 colors on a page, there'd be 5 of these things. Then that thing was then taken over and exposed on a printing plate. The printing plate was developed and then a test run was done. If there was something wrong with the plate, you had to do you had to go back to the original photographs, you know, and redo those. Amazingly labor intensive. Computer plate was you did the layup on the computer. You then used the CTP machine to expose the printing plate right from the computer using a laser. There was 2 styles. There was the ablative, which then you could just use, and then there was the photographic, and then you would expose the plate and then test it. And if there's a problem, you could just redo, you know, go back to the computer, fix what you need to, and redo the plate. This was once you were ready with your color separations, the time to a plate being ready was about 15 minutes. So you went from days to minutes. So it was labor-wise extremely disruptive, because the printing industry back in the 90s was extremely labor intensive. So you're displacing a number of people. So the people who wanted to get into this, you know, there was great resistance to get into running the CTP machine. And our contact there, the person who was responsible for running the CTP machine was a woman. She was hilarious. I mean, she was, we got to talking to her, and she wanted to show us the picture of the buck that she shot that year or the year before. Oh yeah, because must have been fall, because she's getting out to go ready to get hunting, and she wanted to know any CTP machines were shipped down, because they're in big boxes and they made really great hunting blinds. And we said, for your husband? She said, oh no, for me. I want one for me. And then she showed us a picture of her buck that she shot last year. And she's looking forward to going out hunting this year. The failure rate on this CTP machine, because of this little spring clip I was going to replace. They're doing a bunch of upgrades to these things. Was 50%. So 50% of the plates that came out of this thing didn't load properly or whatever, and yet it was still cheaper than the old way by magnitude. It was just, I was really like, you hear of these disruptive technologies, but to be in the middle of one was just like a holy crap minute for me. It really was. Yeah. So there you go. Making appropriate life decisions. You don't make any money, but you get good stories.